Hey there YouTube, I'm making a video today, another deck tech. This is my fiance's deck and it is a sliver deck. So, she has all the sliver lords. So what I do is I like to kind of switch around who the commander is, but mostly I play the first sliver, especially in games of one-on-one or smaller games. Cascade gives you card advantage. Every time you get to play a sliver, you get another one. So basically you can get a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1 sometimes. Of course, I play the Sliver Overlord, which lets me tutor for slivers, also, in a way, kind of giving me card advantage. So those two are definitely the best. Now, you can do Sliver Queen if you wanted to play in a more competitive meta. People, they might build their deck differently than the way I'm building this, though. It's great. Then these two I've never used before. However, they're always a powerhouse. And now that I really think about it, I do think that having this or this, honestly, would be an interesting game to play. Just giant creatures swinging in, or me able to build up my board with nobody able to really answer my board. That sounds fantastic. So let's kind of go over what the meat of the deck is. I'll start out with, why don't we start with the slivers and the interaction, or not the slivers. Start out with the tutors and the interaction. So we run Eldamari's Call from Modern Horizons, and Modern Horizons was a super fantastic set. A lot of the cards in here are from there because me and my fiance loved that set. So besides the tutors, the interaction, another Modern Horizons good card. So this is like a, if you don't know, if you're playing white and you're not playing Winds of Abandon, it's essentially a Cyclonic Rift, and it's only a couple dollars. So me and my fiance both opened multiple boxes of Modern Horizons when it came out. So this was like a really big thing for us to use a lot of Modern Horizons cards, and they came out with so many great cards that I honestly wouldn't replace them in the deck even if I had like other cards. So here's the slivers, and now I classify these as the best slivers in the deck. I think that if you're running a sliver deck, especially if you're running a rainbow colors, you need to have all of these in your sliver deck. In fact, I would say the reason that these ones are the most important is because these are the ones that I tutor for the most often. As soon as I'm able to get a tutor, or if I'm playing with my Sliver Overlord, these are the ones I'm always looking for. And there was one from Modern Horizons in here that gives flying and haste for 2 mana. And that one I think is also really, really underrated for a couple dollars, because having haste is like getting an extra turn, and flying is often meaning that it's unblockable for a good amount of your opponents. So these are the cards that I consider to be, it should be in every sliver deck as well. I just don't tutor them as often. So they're very good. However, they're just not something that I feel is like the best slivers in the deck. But like I said, I do think if you're playing rainbow slivers, everyone should have these slivers as well as these. And lastly, these are what I consider like the tier 3 slivers. They're almost more like filler to make sure I have slivers and that I can like get, you know, them to stack off top of each other. But these are the ones I would definitely replace if I was looking to replace slivers. You know, Vigilance isn't bad to have or regenerate. However, like I said, they just don't have as much board impact as those other ones do. You know, the ones that give all of your slivers Shroud is just insane. The one that gives all of your slivers flying is insane, or unblockable is insane. Those ones are just, they're just nice. I go for the ramp package, because we are playing a 5-color deck. So, with the ramp package, you would think for ramp I would have much more like green ramp, like Farseek, because there's a couple that I wish I had. I'm playing just kind of the basic ramp for green, and then going straight into artifacts. I have a lot of signets, and in Modern Horizons, once again, Modern Horizons, they came out with, this is cool, makes things cost less, player slivers for less, so if you have good card advantage, you're just dropping cards. And Smothering Tithe, the first card I actually tutor for, say if I were to draw a Demonic Tutor, this is the first card I always get, especially with Sliver Overlord, because after 1 turn rotation, you can basically tutor Sliver a turn, by every time it gets to your turn, not individual turns. But Modern Horizons gave us these talismans, and these are fantastic as well. Alright, on to the last bit. So we have our card draw package and a couple goodies, and then we'll go into lands. So for our card draw and card selection, I'm just running a normal kind of blue package. She did buy a pack and get a Sylvan Library, so she uses it, and it's a fantastic card. But this is just a very kind of, you know, probably if you go onto google.com and type in best, you know, blue card draw spells in Commander, that's basically the package. And then here's some of the goodies. just something we got from Modern Horizons. It's good. Destroys artifact. I actually recommend, if these are still inexpensive, people should pick these up because it's good. Coat of Arms. Every good tribal deck should have something like a Coat of Arms. Door of Destiny, something along those lines. And lastly, let's go to the lands. So I think we'll start with what we have. Rainbow lands here. These are the ones that you kind of need to have in a 5-color deck. There's some new ones that are really fantastic too. Sliver Hive is like a must-have. And then there's a lot of dual lands that I'm using. Some of these are from the new Commander Legend set, which was fantastic. Reflecting Pool. This doesn't do anything unless you already have lands, but once you have lands, this is a really good land. I really like the Modern Horizons draw lands too. They're fantastic. I just love Modern Horizons, and I'm super excited for Modern Horizons 2. So if you guys are hyped for Modern Horizons 2, let me know below in the comments and what you speculate will be printed into Modern. Now, I know because a lot of the card shops are closed, I guess Modern isn't as big as it used to be, and I'm a big Modern fan. But, you know, I was hoping that we might see something like Hymn to Turok or Chain Lightning. That would be really cool. I was also hoping to see maybe some Goblin cards. Okay, these are just the regular lands. So those are the dual lands. We got a lot of fetch lands. We got a lot of fetchable lands. We got the Triomes, which also, I think if these are cheap, these should be picked up as well. Because I do think that these are going to be one of those things that if they don't reprint Triomes again for a while, they're definitely going to go up in price. They're fantastic. First turn, 3 different mana off of a fetch is really, really great. So pick those up if you don't have them. And then, yeah, so I'm done showing you the deck. If you have any ideas for cards I should put into it, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Like and subscribe for more deck techs, and give me some ideas. I showed you a whole stack of slivers that I'd be willing to replace, change, or do something else with. Tell me about your sliver decks. Link your videos down below if you have your own sliver deck that you've put onto YouTube. And also, tell me what you think about Modern Horizons 2, or what you're excited to see from it. And thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.